Well, here I am taking you on a little bit of a home tour before I take my Christmas decorations down. Now, this is my very first video, and I've never even used this camera before, so let's see what happens. This is the entryway. One of the cool things I added this year, along with my vintage Santa, is these amazing candles that are faux, but they're incredibly realistic, and they have a remote control that turns them on and off. Love those. Okay, so we're going to go on through here. You can see there is my mantle, and there's a lot of light here where you don't want it. And see, I kind of quit when we got to 2 days before Christmas, and it's now New Year's Day, so that's not accurate, but here we go. Back over to this side. The quilt on the chair I won at my guild party this year, and yes, half the lights went out on my Christmas mantle display, but it's New Year's, so I'm not going to worry about it until next year. Here we are going back around, and now we're going to go on into the family room. Oh well, let's swing around here. Christmas cards, I always display them on the wall. I still send out real Christmas cards. I especially love the ones that friends of mine hand do themselves and have printed with their own artwork, but I still am wishing to do that someday. So back through my dining room, you can see I've kind of got a little bit of a mess here with the incoming mail. I'm not planning to do a garden this year, but I still can't quite throw away the garden catalogs. So here I have a double door entry into my family room, so I can shut the doors and keep the heat in. And once you're in, there's my Christmas tree. There's always a lot of extra light because we have huge windows in this room, which is one of the reasons I really love this room. We'll swing back around here, and that's the room, the door I just walked through. And then continue around the room. There's one of my favorite quilts, and he's up all the time. Someday I'll make something else for that spot. The hanging next to the door is another one that I won at our Christmas party. And around, my stockings usually hang there by the stove, but they're already down and somewhere piled up over there. Here are more of those wonderful lights. The candles that are Disney technology, actually. And so they're not cheap, but they're really awesome. They look so realistic when you're here. More garland over the entertainment center, and you can see, well, the parade is on, but I've got it muted. This year on my Christmas tree, with all the backlight, you can't see it very well, but I didn't even bother with ornaments. I simply added poinsettias to the tree and went with just the lights. Now, one of my favorite things about my tree, my husband, this was my idea, but he built it for me. You'll see down here, my Christmas tree is on essentially a lazy Susan. So I can turn it to decorate it. So I can get to the back and the sides and then pivot it into position. So I thought that was a really brilliant thing, and it's worked for us very well. And it also gives me more room to put presents under the tree and brings the tree up closer to the ceiling, which I really love. So that's my first video. God knows what it's gonna look like once I get it posted, but thanks for bearing with me. Have a great 2015.